Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where we talk about education, behavior, and boundaries. My name is Matt. I'm a veteran teacher and a board certified behavior analyst. And today we're reacting to NF.
Who are you kidding? How could you doubt me? I've always delivered. Ripping the teeth out of the back of my mouth. The closer you get to my wisdom.
I've been holding off on these hope reactions for a couple years just so I can do a first time reaction with you guys. So super excited. Let's get into it. Yeah. I love this. He's starting out with this gratitude. Like, I'm grateful. I look around what I have. I look at these cars. I look at this house. I'm just grateful, man. I'm grateful that I have these things. And if you're hating on me, say what you want, but you know I hit my target every time. This world is built off misconceptions. I had a band director when I was in high school. He told me intention means nothing, perception means everything. It's all about what people see. As sad as that is what most people see. So that's why whenever I'm sitting here talking to students, we're trying to de-escalate situations, I ask them, okay, what did you see? Let's start with what we saw, and now let's think, what do you think the other person intended for that to be the effect on you? And sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't, but that's kind of where the conversation needs to go. Like, it's perception, man. It's perception. It stinks, but that's kind of the nature of it. Now, we shouldn't be completely worried about perception, completely worried about how we look, because then the intention is weird, because it's like, I'm not doing this to help people. I'm doing this to look good. For example, the videos that we see of people helping homeless people and giving food to people, but recording it on their phone, they're not doing that to help the person. They're doing that to get clout. They're doing that to get likes. They're doing that to get shares. And it's so, and we all feel sort of disgusted by it. Like, yeah, it's good to feel that, but if that is like your brand, if you're doing it more for the views than for the person and to truly help this person, I don't know, man. That just, it feels weird, feels icky. Nobody likes it. Well, but I'm sure like the millions of likes that you get on your videos would disagree with me, but the coolest things about being a teacher is you see so many different walks of life. You think you have empathy, you think you have sympathy, and you think you have these perspectives until you get into a classroom. And I say a classroom just because that's what I've been in, but whenever you get into any room that has a multitude of different backgrounds in it, I don't know, man, you just realize how small your world was, and just the lens of how you see everything was affected by the way you were brought up. Not saying one is better than the other, not saying one is bad, one is good. Everything's just different, man. People come into things differently. So you really have to pay attention to the way people talk. Might look disrespectful to you, but it's not disrespectful for them. I know that's been a huge cultural thing with dealing with students. Like, I've done it, and other teachers like me have done it, where kids talk to adults a certain way, and we take it, hey, that's disrespectful, you can't do that. But then you listen to these kids talk to their parents. They're not, in their mind, they're not being disrespectful. They're just talking. They're just communicating. They have been taught to speak that way. They have been taught to speak to authority that way. They've actually been taught to question authority. That's not a bad thing to do necessarily. That's not a bad thing to question authority. You know, I think it's better to question authority than to blindly follow authority personally. But the practice and the way that people go about that is going to look different. And I think just being in spaces like education, like in a classroom, as well as just even in the workforce, being exposed to a diversity of opinion, a diversity of upbringings, it is huge and is highly beneficial. Dude, the confidence. So, like, what I appreciate about NF, I don't think he's cocky. That's not what I'm hearing in this song. I'm not hearing cocky, I'm hearing confident. And he's saying, look at this car I paid for. I don't make subpar songs. This isn't saying I was born great, I've always been great, I'll always be great. This is him saying, I have worked hard, I have put in the work, I put in the effort, and I made a good product. And I know I made a good product because it's getting bought, it's getting sold, it's being fruitful because I put in the work. I put in that effort. So I love that. Ooh, That's what he just said. What he just said is the absolute dream, bro. That is excellent. I would love to be in a financial position to be able to call up different members of my family and say, hey, don't worry about going into work tomorrow. I'm going to retire you. Like, to tell that to your dad, bro, that's insane. I think about my dad. I think about my mom, the investment that they made in me, the investment they made in me and my siblings, dude. Like, and not just us, but, dude, my parents are so giving. They have given so much. And just to be able to call them and say, hey, don't worry about going into work tomorrow. If you want to, you can, but I'm letting you know today, I'm retiring you. To be able to call grandma and say, hey, we're gonna get you out of that basement. Let's get you a house. Let's get you a primary bedroom. Let's get you a 3-bed, 2-bath. You know, like being able to do stuff like that, just being able to give like that. Oh man, that's just so incredible. And that speaks to his character. And I also appreciate when he said, I talked to God. He didn't say anything, but I knew what he said. If you're a Christian or a person of faith, then you understand that God doesn't speak like audibly all the time, but you just know what he's saying. There's no other way I can explain that right now. You know, I'm only 1 cup of coffee in, so I ain't gonna try to get into all theology and different things like that. But what he said was so much truth of just like the reality of this is what I'm doing. This is why I do what I do. This is fulfilling for me. So excellent, excellent stuff. Woo! Hey, exactly. Like, I'm not bringing this stuff. Who's bringing this money? When I die, where's this money gonna go? So I love that, man. He's like, there's this concept. Dave Ramsey talks about it, and other wealth gurus and things like that talk about it. But you give when you're blessed like this. You give like no one else. There's just this act of just giving it away. Really doing good for the community, doing good for others, doing good for your family. And charity cannot be obligatory. People talk about, well, we need to legislate to where people have to give all their money to this and give all their money to that. And like, that's cool. For or against it, it doesn't really matter. But for it to be true charity, for it to be true giving, it has to be a choice. Charity has to be a choice. I have to choose, I'm going to give this to you because I want to further your kingdom. My needs are met. The needs of my family are met. I have all this left over. So why don't I give some of these resources to you? If that's time, I can give you some of my time. I actually have some extra time this week. Let me give some of that to you. If it's treasure, like if it's actually money and somebody texts you and is like, dude, I don't know how I'm going to get to work this week. I don't have any gas money. And my car broke down. Like, hey man, here's $100. That should cover your lift for this week until you can get back on your feet. You know, just even small things like that. Like, of course, we're not all like enough to where we can just buy all of our families a house. Now, that'd be great, bro, to be able to call up your family, say, hey, you're retiring today. Hey, get out of that basement, 3-bedroom, 2-bath for you. But even in the context of where we're at, like, if we have 50 to 100 extra bucks, we can find somebody to say, even if they're not even in hard times, but you just want to tell somebody, hey, we're thinking about you this week. Go get you and the wifey, go get coffee on me. That's what, $15, which is 2 cups of coffee are about $15. And that's a lot to swallow. That's crazy. But yeah, and then like, hey, here's $30. Go get you some lunch. You know, different things like that. For me right now, all the excess, we're trying to pay off debt. We're trying to save up for emergencies, maybe save for a house one day and all those different things. But if we have a little extra, like it just feels good to give that extra out. So man, it's also cool because I remember in his earlier records, he and his dad, it seemed like he and his dad had some beef. So it does kind of look like they're working through that. And there's almost this understanding of like, we don't see eye to eye on everything. We might not agree on everything. But at the end of the day, we're family. Like you're still my dad and I love you. And because you're my father, because of that respect I have for you, I'm going to retire you early. you know. That's really cool to kind of see that expectation. What was it? What was that song that he wrote that a lot? I'm in this camp too. A lot of us think it was toward his dad, but it was like his breakthrough song. Oh man, what was it? Feels like I'm on the edge right now. Let You Down. Oh, that's what it was. It was Let You Down. Okay. Yeah, he said, sorry that I let you down. Like, I disappointed you. I didn't turn into what you wanted me to do. But it from the sounds of this song, it seems like they might have reconciled, at least to the point of like, hey, at the end of the day, you're my father. I love you. I want to retire you early. Let me bless you. And that's just really, really cool, because family, at the end of the day, family. I have family that, yeah, we don't see eye to eye, but if it came down to it, I know we'd show up for each other. And dude, that's family, man. I love that. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Nope. Yeah. That's what it is, careful. Yeah. I want to be careful that I don't forget this. Yeah, dude, I love that. So Careful by NF. Loved it, man. Excellent. Just being careful that I don't lose sight of what's in front of me. Like, why am I doing all this? What's the point of doing all this? I'm not doing this to accumulate wealth. I'm doing this to be an impact on others, to influence others. Oh man, one of my favorite quotes, and I think NF captures it completely in this song, but one of my favorite quotes that I've heard is like, your life isn't measured by what you get, your life is measured by what you give. Excellent song, excellent message. Be careful that you don't lose sight of this in the midst of all your success, in the midst of all these blessings that are being poured out on you because of the time and the effort that you put in. Don't forget the purpose of all of this. At the end of your life, it's going to be, what did you give, not what did you get. So excellent, man. Well, hey, if you like this video, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Click the notification bell so you do not miss any new uploads. I'm going through the entire Hope album. Put in the comments, what else would you like me to react to? Music, movies, shows. So let me know. But guys, until next time, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next video. Thank you guys so much. God bless.